The hearing board of the South Coast Air Quality Management District is in session. Today is April 21st, 2020. The time is 9:30, and we are meeting over the Zoom meeting, given the current COVID-19 pandemic and the current lockdowns in place in the state of California. We have one matter on the consent calendar for today. So while the parties are clearly present, they are not appearing today. And the one case we have on calendar is Phillips 66 Company, case number 4900-108, and that is for a short variance. We have several documents to place the hearing on consent, and we're going to mark those documents right now. First of all, we have a joint stipulation to place the matter on consent calendar. We're going to mark that as exhibit number 1. And in that exhibit, the parties have agreed to place the matter on the consent calendar. The parties have agreed to the following: marking the declaration of Marshall Waller, Environmental Services Principal, Consulting Engineer, the declaration as evidence. And so we're going to mark that declaration of Mr. Waller as exhibit number 2, and we're going to place it in evidence per request of the parties. In addition, there is also a declaration of a Dr. Stutz from the UCLA, and we're going to mark that as exhibit number 3, and the parties have agreed to place that declaration in evidence as well. So exhibit number 3, the declaration of Dr. Stutz, will be placed in evidence. In addition, the parties have agreed upon a set of proposed findings and decision of the hearing board, an order, proposed order, and we're going to mark that as exhibit number 4. In addition, there was some correspondence between one hearing board member, Mr. Balagopalan, and the parties while trying to determine whether or not to, remove this matter from consent calendar, which ultimately he determined not to do. And so we're going to mark a set of responses from the respondent district. The top page we have is an email from Mr. Balagopalan dated April 16, 2020 at 4:33 p.m. And there's this, there are 2 questions and responses, as well as a document that is attached dated June 12th, 2012 on AQMD letterhead regarding a change of ownership for the facility. And that entire set of documents will be marked as Exhibit A, as an apple, and placed in evidence. And we also received, and let me unmute. Ms. Verdugo Peralta, did you?
I don't have those emails, copies of those emails. I don't have that.
It was sent, one set was, the first one, Exhibit A, was sent to hearing board members on Friday, I believe, of last week. That was Exhibit A.
I may not have gotten it in the mail.
It's email from clerk of the board.
Oh, okay, all right.
And
I know
then,
when it is. I have it.
Gotcha. And then the second, let me mute you again. The second, you may all have to check your email right now because it was not sent, but it was just sent this morning, and it is a color map of the facility and the surrounding area and community. And we are going to mark that color map, which I believe did come from the facility, and so that will be marked as exhibit number 5. Okay, and we all have that, and hopefully, okay. So while
Julie,
let me get Mr. Balagopalan, did you have something?
Yeah, there was also an email correspondence from Mr. Norton to the clerk of the boards in response to another question I had. I don't know if all the board members got that. It was attached with the map, actually.
No, then we did not receive it.
And that was what I was trying to, I think I talked to the clerk and they are putting it together. I talked to Rebecca earlier. So that was missing.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to go off the record and review that then once we receive it.
Right.
Okay, and in the
And that was
meantime,
sent
Okay.
by Mr. Norton on April 16 at 1:51 p.m.
okay. Perhaps it's possible to share the screen, or I guess just to send it by email, and the board members can take a look at it while we're waiting.
You want me to forward it to the board members?
Yeah, actually I would.
Okay, let me do that.
Or Board Member Balakopalan, is it a PowerPoint or is it a paper?
It's a email thread.
Okay. Chair Prusak, how would you like to share that?
No, I can forward it to all the board members.
Okay.
I would like, they could forward it, and then
Oh, you know, can we, let's say before I do that, I think the clerk was going to do that. Maybe we can check it to see, because I talked to Rebecca earlier,
I don't
and she
see
was
it
going
yet.
to do that.
The only thing I see that came from clerk Rebecca was just the map, the color map.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion because in addition to that, I think Mr. Norton had sent an email regarding another case. So, which is taken off calendar. So maybe they thought that was the one I was referring to, you know.
Yeah, the only question I received this morning was whether your questions alone needed to be marked as a separate exhibit. And I didn't feel they needed to be, since what we saw was repeated. However, in the response.
Yeah, it was a different set of questions to, you know, regarding the website and.
I think, Mr. Balagopalan, for expediency, if you can just forward it to all the board
Okay,
members.
let me do that. Give me
And the clerk. And the clerk, please.
Sure.
So that the clerk can then circulate it to the parties and place it on the website at the appropriate time for the public.
Okay, I had forwarded already, trying to explain what but let me do that again. I'll forward it again.
And meanwhile, Paul, do we have audio for Senator Holden? Was he able to call in?
I gave him the alternative phone number.
Oh, he has.
No
I'm
luck.
going to unmute everyone who's on the phone. So right now I'm unmuting them so I can try to figure out which one is the senator.
I gave him
Senator,
the,
is that?
I don't
is that
see
you?
any
Can you
audio
speak?
right now. He's at the bottom there too.
Mohan?
Yeah.
Did you
Okay.
forward that email to the clerk of board as well?
Sure, I'm going to do that right now.
Thank
But
you.
let me forward it to the clerk. Yeah, I'm forwarding it to the clerk of the boards and Julie. Can you then forward to the other board members? Because I'm not sure if I have, no,
I'm
I
sorry,
do
did
have
you
the
send it
email.
to the clerk? Because then the clerk can do it easier and faster.
Yeah, no, I think I have,
What is the area code? Your area code is the Senator 310213?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes, 2 and 3 is his number.
213, let's see. Senator, can you speak? Is that you? Oh, that's a 310. Sorry.
I gave him the teleconference ID number, Julie, listed on the hearing board agenda for today, the 669-900-6833.
Senator, is that you?
I'm here, yeah, but I that's
Okay.
the one I have, yeah.
Okay, so you're the 213 number here.
Oh, great.
Okay.
So we have picture and telephone now with both.
Excellent. So now all we need to do, okay, I see that there is the email.
That's 669, right? 669-600-6833. I got a bunch of numbers here, but that's what we're using. Can you hear me?
We can hear Senator
Yeah.
Holden.
Yeah, Senator, we hear you. I'm going to mute you right now, but just raise your hand if you want to speak. Now I know which one is you.
Thank you.
So, Julie, did you get the email?
I did. I got an email that says Owens Brockway glass container.
Oh, no. Did I send the wrong one? Shoot.
Yes, you did.
Oh, God. I did. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's where the, just,
Hi, good morning. It's Rebecca.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Okay, what I did this morning is the consent calendar for case number 4900-108, responses to questions. The attachment was P66 Wilmington fence line locations. That was forwarded to everybody at 8:35 a.m. this morning.
Yes, what we
Okay.
received was a map, color map.
Right,
I believe
that's
Ms.
what-
Balago-
that's what
believe
we're talking about, correct?
no,
Michelle-
no. There's one more, and I'm trying to. There was
because-
one more.
What you just forwarded to us was a request for withdrawal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to forward it again. I got the right one. Here, hold on. I'm sorry.
No
I'm going
worries.
to forward. Rebecca, should I just forward it to you?
Forward it to clerk of board.
Okay.
Hey, Rebecca, I also did that. You should,
Everything should be forwarded to, everything should always be sent to clerk of board.
Okay, I'm doing that.
I just resent it in case you want to look.
Okay, Mr. Norton, you're referring to the email that was sent Thursday, April the 16th at 1:51 p.m., correct? The
I
answer?
believe so. And it-
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's what I sent out this morning to everybody.
No,
So that email has been sent.
no, this
No,
morning.
no. It was 1:51 p. Okay, I'm sending it right now.
I think the confusion is that the map was distributed, but not the email response.
Right. Yes,
That's
and
right.
I made it worse by sending the wrong one. Let's say
So
simply.
I did just resend the response along with the map to
Okay.
clerk of board, copying Mary.
Right, which is what I sent to everybody this morning at 8:35 a.m.
Well, what we got was just the map, but not the response to question in writing.
Okay,
Just, I understand what was missing.
okay. So Mohan, have you sent it to the front desk?
I just sent it. I
Okay.
sent the right one. Yeah.
Okay, I will forward that to all the board members.
Thank you.
Okay. While we're waiting, I'd like to know if there's any member of the public who is present, who wishes to be heard. And if you do, simply raise your hand if you have entered the Zoom on video or the regular way and not on the phone. There's a raise hand function if you, I think it's to the right, or is it underneath? Mine shows differently on the co-host. Or just simply unmute yourself and let us know. I understand that the other two phone connections that we have are parties to the hearing.
If they raise their hand, Julie, you or myself or Rosalinda can unmute them.
Yes. And I don't see any raised hands, but while we're waiting for this additional information to be circulated, I'll continue to ask if there's any member of the public who wishes to be heard today before we review that additional information and then deliberate among the board members.
Okay, it looks like the email was sent just now by clerk of the board, so
Oh, okay.
everybody should have got it.
Thank you for that update. And so board members, please all take a look.
Madam Chair, would you like to mark both the email message together with the color map as exhibit number 5?
I am going to do that, and I'm wondering if, I don't think the clerk, Rosalind, are you still there?
I am
I
here.
don't- Oh, you are. Okay. So what we're going to do, as Mr. Norton just mentioned, is we're going to mark this entire packet, which will include the email correspondence and the color map, all as exhibit 5. And we're just taking a few moments off the record for all members of the board to read that.
Okay, so I got a total of 5 pages.
Sorry? Yes, there's a lot
Total
of,
of 5 pages, including the map. Two,
I haven't printed it, but the full correspondence.
okay, so the map then, so this whole thing will be number 5.
Yes, please. And we're going to go off the record for just a moment. Obviously, we'll all still be here, but just to review that.
Okay, and I just wanted to ask you, Julie, number 2, exhibit 2 was Marshall Waller's.
Yes.
Okay.
And 3 will be Dr. Stutz.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. I've reviewed that information. Other board members, if you want to indicate to me if you need any more time, just go like this. And otherwise, we can move forward with deliberation. And I will unmute everyone. Not everyone, everyone on the board. I want to make sure, Dr. Bernstein, that you are with us because you are not on video. Dr. Bernstein, are you present?
You may be on mute.
Yeah, he looks like he's muted.
I can't unmute him for some reason.
I'll try over here. Oh yeah, me neither.
Dr. Bernstein, are you present? Can you hear us? Okay.
Nope. Like Paul is muted. Paul?
Yes, Julie.
I was just wondering, Dr. Bernstein, I neither see him on video. I see him, a holding place for him, but his video is,
He's dark. He's turned his video off.
he doesn't seem to hear us either
I think
because,
that means he's probably stepped away on his own for a moment.
okay, it's been off for some time.
I
I also can't unmute him. So unless it's possible to get in touch with him very quickly on his phone, we're just going to count him as absent.
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute him as well, and I can't.
Okay.
I'm trying, yeah. Oh, there we go. I just unmuted him.
Hello,
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
That's
I'm
okay.
having a tremendous technical difficulty with my email and the server, so I had to go someplace else to see the documents and whatnot. So I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. I'm glad we got you. So, okay, do you want to put on your camera? Do you?
I didn't take my camera off. Somebody took my camera off.
I see. I don't think I can.
Says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Okay, it's okay. If you're not, but as long as we know you're there, that
Oh
way.
yeah, I'm here. I've been here since the beginning with Mohan.
And you have also reviewed the additional information. Now I know you got to go in another room
Yes.
to do that. Okay. Okay. I am going to.
There you are.
Okay, I'm going to unmute. I just unmuted. Thing.
Thank you.
Seems to have lost. Oh. Okay. It looks like the senator is now on. Okay. Except I can't unmute you, Senator Holden, but you're not on the phone anymore. Oh, yes, you are. Okay. I just want to make sure everyone is unmuted on the board. Okay, I unmuted you too, Ms. Rodrigo Peralta. Okay, and okay, so thank you. Okay, so we are back and back on the record. I have not seen any member of the public who wish to be heard. Hopefully that means that they're not having technical difficulties, but just not wishing to be heard. And so we can begin with deliberations. I don't know if anyone else wanted to begin. I could begin otherwise. Okay. I believe that the findings can be made based upon the declarations that we received and all the additional evidence that we received in this matter. This is an issue, just another unintended consequence of the current shutdown throughout the country, also the state of California. The petitioner, Philip 66, was required by the end of March, I believe, to, under Rule 1180E, and a plan that they have in place, to complete fence line monitoring of the refinery in accordance with the plan. As we understand from the declarations of Mr. Marshall Waller, from that declaration and from other statements made in the petition, that Phillips 66 has completed everything that it can do on its end in terms of the fence line monitoring. And the only issue that has come up is that, as we see from a declaration of Dr. Stutz from UCLA, that UCLA, which is an integral part of this fence line monitoring installation, is on lockdown currently and has been for a while now, since we've all been facing these lockdowns and shutdowns throughout the state under a safer at home order, the executive order of the governor. And so as a result, they cannot complete the fence line monitoring in time. And I do believe, as has been spelled out well in the findings and decision that are proposed before us today in Exhibit 4, and based on all the information that we have received that is now in evidence, that all the findings can be made for a short variance. Of course, we don't know how long this will last, and I have cautioned the parties, which are here but not appearing today, that especially the petitioner, that if it goes on for longer than the 90 days from the ex parte emergency variance that was granted, we would have to have a noticed regular variance hearing. And so they're on notice that would have to occur with enough time for notice, because we are prohibited from giving any kind of either unnoticed or short variance notice hearing type of notice that goes longer than 90 days. But regardless, with all of that, I do believe that all of the findings can be made as is set forth. Board members, anyone else have thoughts on this matter? Just raise your
No,
hand.
I agree. I think we can make the finding for good to proceed with the variance. I think one of the condition of the finding number 3 was that they should display shall display on its website all available monitoring data. So what when I looked at the website, that's when I sent that email, because the website verbiage was, indicated, at least to my reading, that everything was up. The data was being collected from all the points. But since then, they've changed the website language and clarified that I think that's the UCLA system, the UVDOS system, will cover paths 3 to 6, and that is not yet completed due to the circumstances that we all are aware of. So I think that explains, could clarify for me, at least, because where the public is going to go is the website if they bookmarked it or so forth, because ultimately the purpose of this rule is to provide disseminate information to the public of the air monitoring that's occurring to the facility at the facility. So it was so that has been clarified, and I don't know if they're planning to even give further updates saying that it's under variance, but that's, I think the current language is it's better than what it was before, so I'm okay with it. So I'm supportive of the granting the variance.
Thank you. Senator, you had some thoughts as well.
Right, I keep getting a notice that in
You are glitching.
Stable. Voices are faded off. What?
Senator, you are glitching. We did not hear what you said. You want to try it again, and if not, you can call back in. Can you hear me, Senator?
Turn the phone off with you right now, the camera.
Okay. Do you want to try saying that again?
I was just saying, I keep getting a notification, internet is unstable. And as you are speaking from time to time, your voice fades in and fades out. Is that due to the service connection or what?
That is due to your connection. Were you able to hear, would you like, so far, I don't know if you can still hear me.
Is my problem, on my equipment, like your eyes are closed now?
It is your connection, Senator. Do you want to call
Can you hear
back
me?
in?
Really not. Well, carry on.
Yes, we
I'll
can hear
make the
you.
most of it.
Okay.
No, I'll make the most of it. Just carry on. I'll make the most of it.
Okay. Ms. Verdugo-Peralta, you should be unmuted. Yes.
Yes, I am. I just wanted to support Mohan's comments, and this is a really important project that I see that they are trying to do jointly, and for all of the reasons that they stated, I think they made a good case as to being able to support their request.
Thank you. I don't know, Dr. Bernstein. Yes, I do see you. I forgot, and now we see you. Okay, you had something to add. Go on.
Just to reiterate the comments of my colleagues, I do believe that the 6 findings have been made. And thank you for everyone's patience this morning.
Okay. Senator, if you have anything you wanted to add, if you wanted to repeat anything on how, whether you agree that the 6 findings have been made, I want to give you an opportunity. I know you were glitching before, but we do want to try to hear your thoughts.
Julie's muted.
Oh, are you muted now? I cannot unmute you. Can you unmute yourself? Ah, there we go. Okay, thank you, Paul. Senator.
No, I'm just saying, fine. Am I muted?
No, you are not muted.
Okay. 6 findings have been established already. I support it.
Thank you very much. All right, then it sounds like unless there's any other thoughts, I'm just going to make a motion in the matter of Phillips 66 Company, case number 4900-108. I move that we grant the proposed short variance, which would start today and go 90 days. Well, it's spelled out.
I think it's June 24th.
Thank you. So it's in accordance with Exhibit 4, the variance period, it did commence on March 28th with the ex parte, but the short variance begins today and continues for 90 days from March 28th, which, as the clerk mentioned, was June 30th.
June 24th.
Sorry, June 24th, my birthday, 2020, or until UCLA staff is available and the installation can be completed, whichever occurs first, with the understanding that if it needs to go longer, we need notice for a regular variance. And it is for the fence line monitoring project that still remains undone or incomplete, I should say, for under Rule 1180E, which requires that installation or required it to be completed by March 28th, 2020. And it is at the facility that is stated at the address in Exhibit number 4. And I further move that we adopt the findings and decision and order of Exhibit 4. We can add in a date for the payment of applicable fees. However, there are no excess emissions that are part of this. And Madam Clerk, have all other fees been paid in this?
There are no other fees.
No other fees. So then,
Did you say
even
we
though-
were going to set a regular?
I'm sorry?
Are we going to set a regular variance?
No, we're only going to set a regular variance if the petitioner requests it in a timely manner and it is necessary. Hopefully the lockdown will be done by that time. But we will just delete number 5, even though we don't have stipulation of the parties, but since there are no fees outstanding, I don't think it makes a difference. And we'll renumber 6 as number 5 on page 5 of the order, of the proposed order, and of course deleting the word proposed from the order so that it becomes the order of the hearing board. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded.
Okay.
With that,
I'm going to say that was Dr. Bernstein. I think that was who I heard first. Is there any discussion on that motion? Just raise your hand. Let me know. Okay. Mr. Balagopalan, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Verdugo Peralta, how do you vote?
Aye.
Senator, how do you vote?
Aye.
Dr. Bernstein, you vote?
Aye.
I vote yes. Motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Thank you all. Board members, is there any other, is there any other business before we adjourn for the day?
I have just one suggestion
Yes.
that when we're going to have these video conferences, that maybe we all can start like trying to get together at maybe 15 minutes before, 10 minutes before, so that we maybe can get ready by the time 9 o'clock hits and we're all online.
That would be great.
Suggestion.
That would be great. So let's make sure we do that. And Paul, I want to thank you for all your hard work. Looks like we were not hacked. Okay, thank you all. We are adjourned.
Julie,
Bye, everybody.
Julie, I had a,
I think we should troubleshoot.
Sorry, Mr. Balagopalan? You had
yeah,
something?
and this is, I mean, we're done with this case, but the one next week, I just had a question regarding some documents I have. I wanted to verify if other members also have the same documents or not.
Well, we should do that through emails to the clerk.
Okay,
Or
all right.
calls to the clerk. Well, we should adjourn for now.
Okay.
Okay. Senator Holton, are you waiving that you want to speak?
Yeah, we should troubleshoot the equipment operation because these are difficulties that should be worked out well in advance. I mean, it's a series of inconsistencies.
Yeah,
We
I
have to,
agree. I was here. So we'll make sure that everyone is here. I know, Senator, you were trying to get on since 8:30 this morning. So we're going to have, is it next week? We're going to be having many hearings. So we need to make sure we're able to roll out at 9 o'clock. We didn't have that problem last week, but, or last time we were on. Okay.
Right.
Moving forward, we'll send out emails and we'll have a time to meet. Well, let's try to do it a half an hour in advance. So that way, even if we step away, we're all on and we won't have that problem. Okay. Thank you all. We are adjourned.